Hey everyone, I'm back, and today we're going to be talking about Godzilla. And this movie came out in 1954, and it is the first Godzilla movie ever made, I believe. And I've never seen this movie before. I've seen the 2014 version and all the MonsterVerse films with Godzilla in them. I've seen the Roland Emmerich one from '98, but I've never seen any of the Japanese Godzilla movies, I believe. I've seen little bits of them, but never the full thing. And watching the original, I enjoyed it overall. I liked it. And it's pretty crazy to think about before I even get into the movie itself, that this movie is 70 years old, and still, this character, Godzilla, is popular to this day. In Godzilla Minus One, which I really liked, the way they portrayed Godzilla in that movie was pretty cool. And I guess I now have to take back what I said earlier, just by 1 minute of me saying I've never seen any of the Japanese Godzilla movies, but Godzilla Minus One is in Japanese. But anyways, going back to the film, I love Godzilla's roar, and whenever Godzilla is on screen, it's awesome. I love how it's shown, and they use different effects work to make the character believable. Sometimes it's like a guy in a suit. Sometimes they use stop motion. Sometimes they use miniatures. Like, they always use different techniques to show off Godzilla. It's cool to see that. And whenever he does show up, he stays on screen for a decent amount of time, I feel. And I do like how the entire film is just the threat of this creature and trying to solve it and not turn it into some dumb, stupid action movie like it easily could be. And instead, it tries to stay as grounded as possible, and I like how Godzilla is just a representation of war and how you're just never going to get away from that. And that was kind of interesting. I like the music in the movie. I thought it was well done, and I'm pretty sure you all know it. And it's even in Godzilla Minus One. And I did enjoy where the story went at points. It's nothing crazy or something I've never seen before in my life. And I will say this much, this movie is very similar plot-wise to the Godzilla Minus One that came out somewhat recently, except a lot shorter, obviously, because Godzilla Minus One is like 2 hours and 20 minutes long. This movie is nice and short, with it being like 90 minutes long, but there were some points where I did feel the runtime a few times, mostly because I don't really care about the characters very much. They're fine and all. I didn't hate any of them, and some characters serve a purpose, and some characters just did not. And there were some miniatures in this movie that didn't look all that great, and some of the editing choices were kind of choppy. You know, this is not necessarily a film that I'll be rushing back to seeing anytime soon. Maybe one day, because by the end of the day, I did like it, but there's plenty of other movies I've seen in my life that I like a lot more, and this is just not a film that sticks out to me particularly outside of Godzilla being in it. And one last thing to mention about this movie is that there were a couple points in this movie where the way they showed off Godzilla in this movie kind of reminded me of the shark in Jaws, which was kind of cool. Not sure if there was any inspiration drawn from that, but they did remind me of Jaws at a couple points. And that's about all I have to say about Godzilla in 1954, the original. I kind of more appreciate it than I enjoyed it, but I still liked it. I can come back to this movie. It's not torturous for me. It's not like something that I'm just like, okay, it's been a while, gotta rewatch it now. Like, I can come back to it someday. And there's enough about it that I liked. I can say that much. So check this movie out whenever you get the chance. And with all that being said, I'm going to give Godzilla from 1954 a 6 out of 10. Thank you for watching my videos as always. If you enjoyed this review, be sure to leave a like and comment down below you thought of Godzilla, and my social media links, they will all be in the description, so follow me there. And last but not least, subscribe to be a part of Foley Nation, and I'll see you when I get my next review up, and that is going to be for Darkman. So look forward to that, but until I get that up, thank you for watching and have a great day.